I'm Melanie. I am here with Don't You Dare. Do you guys want to introduce yourselves and your role in the band?
Yeah, definitely. I'm Noah. I'm the vocalist. I scream and I sing.
And I'm Matt, and I play guitar.
Mhm.
Make sounds.
Yes,
Make sounds.
you both do.
Yeah.
So first of all, I've been listening to your songs and I love them. SOS especially.
Awesome.
Once,
Awesome.
yeah.
Glad to hear that.
So your music feels kind of bold and confrontational,
Mhm.
but like in a good way. Is that an intentional approach?
Honestly, when it comes to our music, it was more like we've been listening to music since we were kids, and it was just kind of an expression of ourselves, making something that we want to hear, something that we haven't heard before.
Mhm.
Um, Obviously, it still has really good hooks and it's catchy, which that's all intentional, but it's also like we want to push the boundaries in some different areas that haven't been pushed yet, incorporate different sounds that say we haven't heard that we bring over from other genres. And I'm sure Matt can spew off some more stuff as well.
Yeah, I think the attitude is totally unconscious, and we notice that after it's done. You know, we just totally do what we like, and then we kind of go, "Oh, there's a
Yeah.
line through all these," you know. So
Yeah. We did what we like, but
Definitely.
people like it too. So
right,
Exactly.
you're succeeding.
Yeah. Yeah.
So is it ever difficult to decide how much emotion to put in a track, versus what might feel like too vulnerable to share, or do you just let it all out?
Oh, yeah, I feel like that's when me and Matt first started, that's where we started this project 3 years ago now, going on 4 years. And I feel like when we first started, it was definitely a learning curve, like, oh, what is too much? What is too raunchy? What is giving
totally.
away? Yeah, and like it was kind of figuring out how to achieve that while also like putting it in language that say isn't too immature, isn't too um I like to make our songs very relatable when I'm writing lyrics because I come from like I'm a vocalist. When I used to listen to music, I would read the lyrics. I was very lyric heavy, so I if something like, don't get me wrong, I love personal lyrics where it's like they're telling a personal story, but when it comes
Mhm.
to like what I write, I want to make it wide interpreting. So like it may mean something to me, but I want it to mean a multitude of other things to the listener. Like
Mhm.
our upcoming song, like it's definitely one of those where it's personal to me, but it can be interpreted friendship, relationship, family member, anything of that nature. Which if you've heard Black and Blue, it kind of it has that vibe. It's very personal to me what the subject matter is, but when it comes to like how I want people to interpret it, what is too much, what is too little, I feel like Black and Blue is probably the best interpretation of like us as writers. It is, I want to say it's the last song that we wrote on our EP,
Mhm.
like in its entirety, and it just kind of has a tough and like heavy attitude while also being like vulnerable and like like begging for what is it,
It's just raw.
accepted. Yeah, it's very raw.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear that one.
Yeah.
So before you met, and I guess you guys kind of just clicked, right? Like
Hmm.
Basically,
yeah. So before you met, was there anything that you felt was missing from your previous projects?
totally.
Oh, 1,000%. I feel yeah, I definitely went through my fair share of bands, and pretty sure Matt has had his fair share of interactions, but a lot left me wanting more.
Mhm.
I always felt like something wasn't clicking, like something, um, what is it? Like there was always something that just be that the commitment from the other members, be that from a technical aspect, be that from a very general like understanding like structure when it comes to writing songs. Structure is something that is super important to me, and something that me and Matt hashed out very early. I want to say with our first couple of demos that we ever did.
Yeah, it was just instant fulfillment for me. Like, Don't You Dare was really my first project where I had full reign to do whatever. And Noah and I there wasn't really that conscious thought of, is this fulfilling for me? It was just, we were just doing it. And then in months turned into a year, and then I just felt at home right away. So
that's great.
Yeah.
So was there a specific moment that it clicked, or was it pretty immediate?
Right when we met, we sat down and wrote a song, and I think that was it.
Yeah.
Like everything else was just a blur, and we're just like, yep, this is it. This is totally us. You know? So
yeah. Did you have a name right away, or did you kind of build
No,
that was a mission for sure.
Yeah.
That was a task. But we went through a couple, like we all kind of like, we both kind of knew that they were just placeholders, but like you can't say you're in a band and then they're like, what's it called? You're like, well, I don't know. So Noah called me one day. He's like, I got it. I was like, okay, what is it? And here we go, another placeholder. And he's like, Don't You Dare. And then just quiet. I was like, I think that's the one. So
yeah.
And we asked people when we named the band, and like honestly, Don't You Dare, like we got some pushback, and I feel like that
we did.
fuel to the fire.
Yeah, it fits.
Yeah,
even the acronym is good. Like it's great.
Yeah, so like there definitely was some pushback, but me and Matt kind of were like, nah, this is it. This is us.
Yeah.
And
for sure.
To kind of go back on what you were saying about like, did we know right away? Honestly, looking back at it, there was no like, if this was a right fit. Like, looking back on it, it was. All the stars aligned with me and Matt just meeting. And when we sat down in my bedroom at the time for the first time and we started writing, it was just like, oh, he had some demos. I had some ideas for vocals, and then he sent me one of the most flushed out demos he had, and I just started writing to it. And the next time he came over, which I want to say was a week later, I laid down vocals to it. And now that track is it's very raw, but overall it's like, I knew we were in the right place, because it was like where he was as a musician and where I was, we were both at the same spot. We both had the same intentions as artists and the same goals. I know I can attest to this. I don't want to work a 9-to-5 the rest of my life, and I'm sure he doesn't, especially after getting the taste of the road. This past week, we were actually in San Diego and Anaheim. We played to a sold out show in Anaheim. San Diego, it was great. We had a lot of the crowds were amazing. We had people singing along, people that had never seen us singing along to SOS. We had a lot of crowd interaction, mosh pits, everything. It was fun.
Jamie's elsewhere took us out.
Yeah, Jamie's elsewhere. They're like brothers to us. So it's like, it's a great experience, but it's definitely hard coming back from those highs on the road and then trying to like ease back into normal daily life after that.
Yeah. Speaking of having a good acronym, I don't know if you guys saw, but so Jimmy Eat World posted recently, like very recently on their Instagram, and they were like, just a tip, maybe think about what your acronym would be when you name your band.
Yep.
Coming from a friend.
Yeah. And that was definitely something that was considered when we were all these things, like the name of the band. We went through single letter, or what is it? Single word name.
Did not
we
stick.
Were like, oh, it's hard. It's hard with those. And then also like, we finally came down to like, oh, like it needs to be something people can chant. And the thing that I came back to was da 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 da.
The three.
the 3, and we were like, okay, so it needs to be 3 words. And so finally I was like, I think I was watching someone, and someone was like, I want to say I was watching something on like Netflix, and someone was like, don't you dare say that. And I was like, wait,
Yeah.
don't you dare,
Right.
don't you dare.
I feel like we get called DYD more though.
Yeah, DYD has
Yeah.
been like, especially like in like the band world, like bumping shoulders with other bands. Tornadic, they call us the DYD
The
boys.
homies.
Yeah, we met them over our past weekend, and like they're awesome. They're a young group of kids. They're
Yeah, they're awesome.
foot to the floor at all times. Can't speak highly enough about them. They're awesome. And
Have you put any thought into what your fan base will be called?
oh gosh.
Okay,
That's on
I've
the
thought
spot.
about this sometimes, but I can never. I always find something else to do while I'm thinking about it. It's just too much brain power to come up with that on the spot. I think it'll manifest itself.
Yeah.
I think something. I
Honestly,
think it'll just come about like the name. Like it'll just happen and be like, yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's it.
yeah, I
So
feel like it might honestly be like a fan page that comes up with it, or maybe like just something that happens at a show, and then that just spreads like wildfire.
Yeah.
It seems like that's kind of how social media is right now. We've gotten a lot of good feedback from friends in our local scene that are kind of like, oh yeah, like we can't stop seeing, like we can't stop seeing you on social media. And I feel like the same thing will kind of be done with like our fan base, and like if they want to call themselves something, like
Mhm.
I feel like that's ultimately it's not really an us thing. It's not for us to tell them what to be called. But I do feel like there may be something in the future, there may not.
Yeah. And it might even be just like a song, some
Mhm.
song that takes
Right.
off, and yeah, this is going to be our name.
Yeah.
right.
Because bands go with so many different things, like
Slipknot with the maggots.
yeah. And All Time Low, their fan base is the Hustlers, and it's based on
That's
a song that's called "She's a Straight Up Hustler." So yeah, like it
I
could be
didn't even
something
know
like
that, but oh yeah.
Yeah. So what is the Sacramento scene like, and has that influenced your sound?
Honestly, I mean, Sacramento is a very diverse scene. You
Totally.
have bands that have came out of here like Deftones that are giants now. You have Papa Roach that got their feet started in this scene. You could even say like a lot of the early metalcore scene got their start here in Sacramento strictly with the Artery Foundation, who were signed to Eric Rushing. He's one of the godfathers of metalcore. He signed giants like A Day to Remember, Attack Attack, Beartooth, Of Mice and Men. And we're lucky enough to be friends with Of Mice and Men and all the guys, and Aaron, Tino, all like those guys are amazing godsends. But as far as like the Sacramento scene, like it's super diverse. I feel like me and Matt kind of come from similar backgrounds where in the early 2000s you had giants in the new metal scene, Slipknot, Deftones, like I said, Papa Roach, but just that early 2000s, like video games were huge, and like the video game soundtracks. I know like Need for Speed and MX versus ATV Unleashed had amazing soundtracks, and I know Matt can attest, like WWE and stuff like that growing up. All the soundtracks on those games were amazing, and those kind of fed into like what brought us about. But as far as like Sacramento influencing it, I mean, I love Papa Roach, and I've always been a huge Papa Roach fan. So they definitely had influence over like what I like to write, which is kind of bordering on like metalcore and like hard rock, while also having like new metal and like I guess you could say butt rock influences. But
Dad rock.
Dad rock.
oh yeah, nothing but dad rock. There you go.
Yeah.
What would you say, Matt?
Yeah.
I, you know, Noah and I kind of entered the sax scene now with what we have. You know, we didn't, you know, we didn't spend a lot of time in the local scene as much as we do now, just being at shows and being present and just hanging out. So the sax scene is dope right now, though, for sure. A lot of heavy bands, a lot of really good music coming out of Sacramento as of late. So
Yeah.
we're just showing up.
Is there any like pressure to kind of live up to that legacy? Or you just going day by day with what you can do?
Kind of. We're just, you know, we're just really focused on what we got going on.
Mm.
You know, like, you know, we're just really confident in what we have in our sound and what we bring to the scene. So, you know, we try not to take that road of like comparison and stuff. You know, we're just focused on giving the best that we got and giving it away, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can piggyback off that. Obviously, like me, Matt, and the whole DYD camp, like we have like huge goals that we want to accomplish, and that's always what we're striving towards. Like Matt said, we don't want to compare ourselves to anyone or like say like people have expectations of us. I think we're our own biggest critics. We have extremely high expectations for our music quality, just the songs as a whole, and the DYD brand, which is I feel like it's super apparent in how our whole band release, our signing, everything of that nature. We took it super seriously behind the scenes, networking, building our brand up before we even showed it to the public. Like SOS was done, what, 8 months before we even released it?
We really wanted to make sure it was good.
Yeah, the EP was done this time last year.
You can only come out one time.
Exactly. Exactly.
You know,
and we wanted to make our footprint very apparent, and we wanted to kind of be like, hey, we're Don't You Dare, and make our claim super early.
Yeah. Was there a timeline between SOS and Black and Blue, or was it about the same time that you wrote those?
Oh yeah, SOS was we did SOS and another song back in September of 2024, and then we went back in February 2025 and we did Black and Blue as well as 2 other songs. And so that was the time in between, but when SOS was done, I mean, Matt pretty much had a good demo of Black and Blue. The song wasn't written yet as far as like vocals and all that, but the instrumental as a whole, it was pretty much there. We always take Matt's demos to our manager, Matt Scarpelli, who is also the guitarist of Jamie's Elsewhere, and they kind of they feed off of each other. It's like when you go in there, you know, it's like they're working, and it's always like, well, you can't interrupt their flow state. So sometimes I'll even like step out if they're working. Sometimes I'm just like, man, let me step out real quick. Let's let them have their moment of bouncing off of each other and like doing all the like they're awesome. Yeah. As far as the instrumentals go, like I have says here and there, like, oh, if I want, say, Matt to do a specific strumming pattern or like I have this idea in my mind, I'll verbalize it. But a lot of the instrumentals are strictly Matt and then our manager, Matt Scarpelli.
The we Matt come on together Matt duo. Though at the end, and we all just we all just kind of sit together with what's there and feel the vibe, and we're really privileged to have Matt with us too, you know, because he helped us really, you know, he really helped us develop our sound and just gets the most out of us all the time. So, and you know, we look back at these songs and we're just really pleased with how they came out. So
yeah, the writing process of these songs was really eye-opening. It's the first time I know me and him have both been in a professional recording studio, because outside of that, it was my bedroom, and then I eventually moved, and it was we had a whole studio, and then it was I look back on that time as like one of the best times in my life thus far.
Yeah, it was so fun.
Yeah, it was just summer, me, Matt,
It
and
was so
Scarpelli.
fun.
We were in the studio, like 3-4 days out of the week, just hashing out these songs, writing them, just having fun, enjoying each other's company. And like Matt and Scarpelli, they always push me to like, oh, try this. Oh, maybe don't use this lyric. Maybe work this out a little bit more. And we're always like pushing each other to be better musicians as a whole. And that's something that I really like about our writing process, is that it's never like, yeah, just do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you said so far, so like, you mean until like Warped Tour when you're walking out on stage there? I can your
Just
sound.
you
I
wait.
can see it.
Speak it
Just
into
you wait.
existence.
Yeah.
Speak it into existence.
Exactly.
We definitely, our biggest goal, like we want to headline our hometown festival, and that's like,
Yeah.
that's our, like, obviously we want to get out on the road and tour, and we want to be road rats for the most part.
Mhm.
Road warriors. We want to be out seeing all 50 states. Like we want to be out there. And I'm sure I can attest to this. Our whole team wants us to do the exact same thing.
Mhm.
But our biggest goal, and I'm sure I could say this, is headlining Aftershock, which
That'd be cool.
that
For sure.
yeah. I know we're very early on, but
There's time.
mhm.
How
That's
have
right.
the fan reactions been? Like, have you had any like stories where it's kind of reinforced the meaning behind your songs?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, we actually I personally had a fan interaction when we were in Anaheim. We had this dude who, huge Jamie's Elsewhere fan, never heard of us before the San Diego show. He actually went to San Diego and Anaheim just to see Jamie's Elsewhere 2 nights in a row. But in San Diego, he came over to our merch booth. He was like, dude, like, I love your guys' stuff. He's like, I'm gonna be at the show like tomorrow, like this, that, and the other. And then after while we were playing, I saw him during Black and Blue, and I was like, you know what's coming up. And he was in the pit the whole time. And then after the show, I'm at the merch tent again in Anaheim, and I see security pulling this dude out, and they're kicking him out of House of Blues. I'm like, dude, what? So I come out from behind the merch booth and I walk up to him. He's like, yeah, dude, they kicked me out because I was crowd surfing. I was like, dude, that sucks. And we're shooting the shit for a bit. And he's like, yeah, dude, like, I love DYD. I checked you guys out. You guys have like a forever fan. And I was just like, dude, whenever we are in SoCal, hit me up. I gave him my personal Instagram. I was like, you're on guest list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy was cool.
Great.
He bought a hat at our show, ruined it in our mosh pit, and then bought another one.
Oh, nice.
Right?
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, this guy
Yeah.
is down. So
Yeah.
stuff like
We've
that,
also had,
just people having fun.
Yeah, we've definitely seen a lot of crowd interactions, a lot of people coming up to our merch booth after shows and just like, dude, I love your guys' sound. Like, you guys are new, this, that, and the other. Like, and to be honest, like, Anaheim was our 4th show as a band ever. And the fact that no one realizes that is insane.
And it's fun watching the crowd turn in our favor,
Yeah.
Like my thing is I like to just get to the front of the stage and like pick someone out and just watch them and just interact with them. And I could see them just get super excited. And then, by the time the second chorus comes, they're kind of mouthing it and stuff. It's just like, the crowd connection is everything.
Like
the
moment
that's
where
where
they go
you
from
see
like
it.
just listening to being like,
Yeah. Yeah.
It's honestly making them fans and making them like interacting with them. I know a lot of the stuff that we have done getting crowd interaction is just it's insane, like how many people are just like willing to be like, oh, like these guys are are sick, you know, and
Mhm.
it's just you're seeing it in real time on stage, which is something I don't think a lot of people, um, aside from artists, will be able to like know is physically seeing people become fans in the moment.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it goes from song one all the way to when you end the set. It's like a slow burn, and then you see as this crowd gets more interactive throughout the whole set, and it's awesome. It's an awesome feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Especially
and
when the
then
songs have just been yours for the longest
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
You know, like living in your phone like for months and months, and then you're just when you're playing, you're in the song. You know, it's just
Mhm.
it's the most in the moment you'll ever feel. You know, and then everybody you just giving the song away to everybody and watching them receive it is just it's awesome. It's great.
right. And then what is the one thing that you want fans to take away from your music? Either listening to it or just walking out of a show. How do you want them to feel?
Honestly, um, our our set's kind of diverse. It's hard to put that into one word, but I want them to just walk away with a sense of like release. Like every single emotion you can have is in our set.
Mm.
If you
Totally.
feel if you feel angry, Black and Blue. If you feel heartbroken, there's a song in there for you. If you just want to have fun, there's a song in there for you as well. There's a little bit of everything for everyone. If you like breakdowns and you want to mosh, there's a mosh pit song. If you want to sing along, there's plenty of that. If you want to sit back and dance a little bit, there's a little bit of that. There's something for everyone. And I just want the fans to take away like, oh, these guys get it. And
Mhm.
they they are also a listener, because I can attest, like I don't just listen to one genre of music. I'm not just a heavy guy. Yeah, I appreciate it and I love listening to it, but I like my R&B sometimes. I like my EDM sometimes. I like butt rock. I like everything.
Mhm.
And there's something for everyone in our set. And just that feeling of like, man, they checked every box.
Mm.
And just feeling heard too,
Yeah,
you know, because you know, we write the kind of stuff that we want to hear, you know,
exactly.
and the lyrics that we want to feel and the energy that we want to give away, you know. So, you know, anybody who likes our songs, it's funny, I was thinking this the other day. I was like, anybody who likes our songs, we have something in common with
Yeah.
Mm.
to a on a deeper level, you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because we wrote all of our songs from an honest place and an organic place. And I think that's a super important takeaway is just feel understood,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Well, that is all I've got for you guys, unless you want to share what's
awesome.
next, but you may not be able to do that yet. So,
We got some stuff in the pipeline.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't share anything, but it
All
is in
right.
our set.
Yeah,
So
don't you dare share it yet.
Yeah. Don't you dare.
yeah, don't
Yeah.
yeah, but
Yeah. We're
honestly,
cooking.
like yeah, we're
Yeah.
we're going back into the studio this month, and then we're gonna record EP number 2 here next month. So
Mm.
we're gonna have a bunch of music to share. We do have some more shows coming up. Can't announce anything yet, but there are a bunch in the pipeline, and I can't wait to meet everyone who has seen our music online, everyone who's seen us on TikTok. I can't wait to meet everyone and just have fun at the shows with them, shoot the shit with them afterwards, get a drink, whatever we want to do, honestly.
Yeah. Any last words, Matt?
You know what? Noah nailed it all right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're cooking.
Yep.
Yes.
So you'll
Yeah.
definitely be hearing about it. So
All
Yeah.
right. Well,
Yeah.
thanks,
that's
guys.
it for me.
Yeah. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
All
Thanks
right.
for
Have a
having
good
us.
night.
Later.
Bye.